Hello and welcome to The Love Experiment. I am massively interested in the power of love to change anything and everything for the better, however impossible that might look. And this is your invitation to join me to play around with living from love, not fear. We can live from every state that a human being is in can be categorized either under love or fear. And when we choose the states of love, when we choose to live from love much more often, the impact that we can have is unbelievable. I'm facilitating a couple of groups at the moment where we're really deeply exploring that, and the things that are happening in there is blowing my mind. So this series will be a retreat for your mind, and in every episode I'm going to be reminding you of the truth of who you are and the fact that we can trust the power behind life to secure our future, no matter what it looks like with what's going on in our world today. So today I want to talk to you about what would you be prepared to give up your peace of mind for? And this was a question that came up at a retreat that I ran recently, and it facilitated a really powerful conversation. And the reason that this question is so powerful is we are born creators. We have the spiritual gift of thought. Thoughts arise within us, and we can choose by using our attention which of those thoughts we bring to life, give life to, and which we allow to simply pass by like clouds on a pretty sunny day. And the ones that we pay attention to and give life to and expand in our lives will often be, for many of us, thoughts that actually disturb our peace of mind. If we have a beautiful thought and we give it our attention, we give it life, we make more of it, we expand it, that really benefits us. That's when we create amazing things in our life. That is living from love. When we have a thought that is in essence a fear-based thought, a thought that is against ourselves, a thought that disturbs us, and we don't let it pass through, we expand on that thought, we grow it, we give it life, we make it bigger in our world. Those are the types of thoughts that we are giving up our peace of mind for. And one of the reasons that this is such a helpful question to ask yourself when it at the beginning, when this starts, when a thought occurs to you, a fear-based thought, something based in I'm not good enough, or they shouldn't have done that, or that shouldn't be like that, or I can't possibly do that. There are millions of these types of thoughts in all different kinds of arenas. But as that thought passes through our minds, if we think into it and it feels uncomfortable, this is a thought that we are prepared to give up our peace of mind for. And that kind of gives us a sense of which kind of thoughts look really real to us. And it's hugely beneficial for us to understand a little bit more about our true nature. As I said, this is something I'm going to be reminding you of in every one of these episodes. Your true nature is that you are love. When we are living from love, we are living from our true nature, the truth of who we are. Fear and fear-based thoughts are absolutely made up. All thoughts are made up. And this is, as we have these thoughts that disturb our peace of mind, sometimes we don't always necessarily know what the thinking is behind that thought, but if we do know what the thinking is behind that thought, if we actually bring that, sometimes maybe even write it down, but bring it fully to our attention and really ask ourselves the question, is this thought true? And when we know ourselves and know our true nature, like a thought based in, well, you're not good enough to do that, it will become very obvious when we actually freeze frame and look at that thought, look at what contains in it. It will become obvious to us that that simply isn't true. Given the truth of who we are, given that we are aspects of God, given that we are spiritual beings having a human experience, how is it possible that we are not good enough? That simply cannot be based in truth. That simply cannot be based in love. Now, if it were a thought about something that we maybe can't do. Like if I had the thought about playing the piano, I mean, I've never taken piano lessons, I have no idea how to play the piano. So if I had the thought, well, I can't play the piano, that is a very, very different thought to I'm not good enough because I can't play the piano. I can't play the piano, that is true, but does that make me not good enough? Does that say something about me? Does that say I'm not worthy of things? Absolutely not. So it's really recognizing which thoughts disturb your peace of mind and how they are based in fear. And as we let those thoughts go, as we stop bringing them to life, as we stop thinking into them, our life changes immeasurably. This is living from love, not fear. This is seeing that we have so many thoughts that go against our true nature, go against who we are. And every single one of them will come with some level of discomfort. It won't feel nice to us. Very often we have been believing, we've been entertaining these kinds of thoughts and believing these kinds of thoughts about ourselves for so long that the level of discomfort is barely noticeable. And sometimes when we have these thoughts, sometimes when some things happen in our world and we are really disturbed, we feel really uncomfortable, we feel really upset, we feel really insecure, scared, angry, all of these different things. When we feel these kinds of things, it's more noticeable. But sometimes there can be a level of thinking that just is continually going on in our mind that is just low level anxiety, low level unkindness to ourselves and to other people around us. Invariably, if we are being unkind to people out here, we will be being unkind to ourselves. And if we are being unkind to ourselves, we will be being unkind to the people out there. So the experiment, the game, the playing at living from love, not fear, is to recognize that. And then, as I said, it's an incredibly beautiful question. Am I prepared to give up my peace of mind for that? If we go back to the thought about me not being able to play the piano, and then if I had a thought, I'm not good enough because I can't play the piano, I can't do this. If I was prepared to give up my peace of mind for that, it would mean me coming from a place, me being someone who is not good enough. It wouldn't even matter the reason why. It wouldn't matter the story that I told about why I'm not good enough. That would just start impacting everything in my life. It would start impacting how I show up at places, who I am, what I can do, what I feel I'm capable of, what I will try, what I will have a go at. It would impact all of that. Just believing this one simple thought, just allowing my peace of mind, allowing myself to move out of peace of mind. Because one of the biggest teachings in our spirituality, loads of spiritual teachers, Sydney Banks, Abraham Hicks, Byron Katie, Eckhart Tolle, all of these spiritual teachers point to us following a good feeling, recognizing a good feeling within us, and always moving towards the best feeling that's available to us. Giving up our peace of mind is not a good feeling. And as I said, a great way to really see this and see where you're doing it is noticing when you don't feel good and then actually looking at the thought behind it to see if it is true for you, and recognizing the seeds in that thought that are not based in truth. As I said, that example of me, it's true that I can't play the piano, but it is not true that that makes me less worthy or not good enough. So I might initially think, oh, the thought is I can't play the piano. That's not a thought that takes my peace of mind. The part where it says, oh, and that makes you not good enough, what that means about me. Like if we are merely observing what is going on, we will not move out of our peace of mind. It's when we make meaning about those things, and those are the thoughts that can never ever be true about us. The meaning that we put onto something is merely that, the meaning. And it will be the meaning that we make of something that will either lift our consciousness, either move us towards better thoughts, nicer thoughts, happy thoughts, good thoughts, or or they will be thoughts that are based in fear, that will rob us of our peace of mind and have us creating things out in our life that we really, really, really don't want. So the invitation today is to notice, what are you prepared to give up your peace of mind for? And actually question that and decide, are you prepared to do that? Or do you want to come back to love, come back to peace of mind? Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to invite you to read the show notes. There are other ways that you can get involved with the things that I am up to. This is something that I am incredibly passionate about, really helping people to live from love and peace of mind, because what we can do in the world when we step into that possibility blows my mind. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now.